Adoa TV, bringing good things to life.
Evening to you. I am Anastasia Baddoo, bringing you the evening news bulletin from our studio on the John Evans at Mills High Street in Accra. We're streaming live on Facebook Adoa TV Ghana, YouTube Adoa TV GH. It's still the Heritage Month, and today is Tuesday, 15th March 2022. These are top stories for tonight. The National Association of Graduate Teachers is outraged over the fact that government says it will deduct 10% of their monthly salaries to fit their rent because they reside in government bungalows. And staff of the Electricity Company of Ghana say they don't want a contract extension of their MD. There's more on this report. And also, how to say thank you in another local dialect has become the problem of the day. Well, wonder no more, as today we show you how to say thank you in numerous local dialects before the bulletin ends. In business, according to COPEC, fuel may sell at 10 Ghana cedis by the end of this month. In sports, we will throw back at the country's national teams, especially during their glory days. Just joining, we'll bring you details of these stories and some on this bulletin. My name is Anastasia Baddoo. Now to our principal story for tonight. Staff of the Electricity Company of Ghana, ECG, say they don't want a contract extension of their managing director, Kwame Agyemang-Budu, who has reportedly attained the mandatory retirement age of 60. The workers, led by their divisional leadership under the Trade Union Congress, are calling for immediate exit of the MD. According to the workers, the MD has refused to stay away and continue to parade himself as MD and signing official documents.
Any contract extension will not help sustain the current peaceful and congenial industrial atmosphere within the company. The meeting further suggested that any new person who will be appointed in the capacity of managing director should be given specific performance targets with key performance indicators, brackets KPIs, coupled with periodic monitoring by the board and key stakeholders. Ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, the meeting unanimously reiterated the need for the appointing authority to treat the aforementioned concerns with the needed urgency and caution. The staff of the company, some of whom have worked for over 20 and 30 years, are surprised by the fast pace the company is slipping into bankruptcy and total destruction, especially under the tenure of Mr. Kwame Agyemang-Budu. The red flags being hoisted in all ECG operational areas are clear signs of workers' dissatisfaction, and the agitation shall continue unabated. 21. The aggregate system loss is around 30%. The resultant agitations were earlier halted as key stakeholders involved in the resolution of the impasse intimated that the managing director should be given the opportunity to address the shortcomings pointed out, as he had a short period of time to attain the compulsory retiring age. Unfortunately, nothing positive has come out of the second chance that was given to Mr. Kwame Agyemang-Budu. The meeting further acknowledged that Mr. Kwame Agyemang-Budu had finished his stewardship with ECG and think the appropriate and befitting thing to do is for him to retire honorably without inviting industrial disturbances, and that the meeting rejected any imposition of Mr. Kwame Agyemang-Budu on ECG.
President of the National Association of Graduate Teachers, NAGRAT, Angel Kabanu, has strongly condemned the government's decision to deduct 10% of the salaries of teachers and staff of senior high schools occupying government bungalows. Mr. Kabanu argued that the planned deduction is unfair to teachers given the meager salaries they receive for their services.
Teachers and staffs of senior high schools across the country are expected to pay 10% of their basic salaries as rent for occupying a school and government bungalows at the end of this month, March 2022. The Ghana Education Service in the Western Region served a notice to teachers to brace up for a 10% deduction from their salaries. A circular from the GES circulating on social media, signed by the Director of Education in the Western Region, Mrs. Felicia Ejebia Okain, referred to a Ministry of Finance circular dated May 15, 2006, in connection with the payment. She said teachers occupying either a school or a government bungalow are expected to pay 10% of their basic salary for enjoying the government apartment. However, the president of National Association of Graduate Teachers, Angel Kabonu, reacting to the circular, said, "The mistake we make here is that the accommodation condition rates are not the same and equal across the country. But when it comes to teachers specifically, we need to look at the details and understand the peculiarity of our job and look at the reasons teachers should not be charged for occupying the government bungalows. The teachers living in bungalows in the schools are performing teacher duties. It is these same teachers who take our sons and daughters to hospital, and in doing all this, they teach the full complement of their subjects in class. No teacher is employed in the Ghana Education Service to become a housemaster. They are employed to teach subjects, so the house duties they perform are for free. Why do you ask them to pay for accommodation when they are offering these services for free?" he quizzed. The Ghana Education Service had explained in a letter that the said 10% deduction forms part of the government's efforts to streamline the anomalies with regard to the payment of rent for occupying schools or government bungalows. Mr. Kabonu believes the move is needless as the expected revenue from deductions will be minimal to support the government's programs. Mr. Kabonu stressed that how many teachers in the country are even in government bungalows? All the bungalows have been sold to private individuals, and how much will government gain from this? It is nothing to write home about, he said.
Construction of the La General Hospital has begun after 2 years of not functioning, although it was to commence immediately after the old facility was demolished. The old health facility was brought down in March 2020 due to the dilapidated nature of the structures. Minority in Parliament and residents of La and its environs have criticized the government over delays in the construction of the hospital. However, the foreman in charge of the construction project, Zakaria Ewuntoma, said work has begun and will be completed within 3 years.
The reconstruction of the La General Hospital has begun after 2 years of not functioning, although it was to commence immediately after the old facility was demolished. The old health facility was brought down in March 2020 due to the dilapidated nature of the structures. The minority in parliament and residents of La and its environs have criticized the government over delays in the construction of the hospital. However, the foreman in charge of the construction project, Zakaria Ewotoma, said work has begun and will be completed within 3 years. According to Zakaria, they received the equipment 2 weeks ago and they have begun clearing the ground to make the demarcations. This is a 3-year contract, so we are working from now and the rest of the materials will be brought in later. We are now employing a lot of workers who will finish the work in 3 years' time. Meanwhile, some residents said it is too early to jubilate as they doubted the government's commitment to complete the project. The presidential advisor on health, Dr. Anthony Sansari, last week said the project would not be completed by the August 2022 deadline due to delays, but the government will make efforts to ensure they speed up the work. They cannot finish the hospital in August. The pressure will be put on them to work as quickly as possible to finish the work in record time. He said the hospital, when completed, will provide much more health services to the people of La and surrounding communities. The project is being financed by a credit facility from Standard Chartered Bank of the United Kingdom with an export credit guarantee from Sinoja of the People's Republic of China to tune in to 68 million euros with an insurance cover of 3,860,349 euros. The project will be undertaken by a Chinese company, Poly Changda. Upon completion, it will be transformed into a 160-bed facility and will be fitted with an outpatient department, inpatient wards, maternity and neonatal services, surgical units with 4 theaters, accident and emergency department, public health department, pharmacy unit, laboratory, administration, imaging area with CT scan, X-ray room, fluoroscopy, mammography units, physiotherapy units, and a mortuary.
Following the untimely explosion at a PTY mining truck which had explosive on board, the Lands Ministry set up a health and safety board to probe into the matter and also to pen down permanent solutions which will prevent future accidents of the sort. The board has presented its reports to the Ministry of Land and Natural Resources. The minister in charge of the sector, Honorable Samuel Abdullahi Jinapor, upon receiving the report, has said that the government, above all, is keen on the quality dispensation of revenue generated from the country's natural resources.
I had initial discussions with the Chief Executive Officer of Minerals Commission, and in addition to the 14 measures that they have already taken, some of the issues we also flagged, he indicated that he's observed them, he's flagged them, and some action is already going on in those directions, including some issues that I don't want to go into details here. So I believe that as we present this report today, with the action already going on, your good self, Honorable Minister, you will engage Minerals Commission and let them continue with the work that they are doing in this regard. On behalf of the committee, I want to say that we are grateful to you for giving us the opportunity to serve the country in this
Honorable Deputy Ministers, CEO of the Minerals Commission, Chair and members of the Health and Safety Committee, which I constituted, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, let me begin by warmly and wholeheartedly thanking the chair and members of this committee. In fact, I'm extremely grateful, and I do so on behalf of government and the people of Ghana. And we are extremely grateful and appreciative of the work you have done. Quite clearly, listening to the chairman of the committee, some extensive work has been done on this matter, and the very synopsis is giving us indicates that this is going to be an extremely invaluable report which will guide the matters to do with health and safety of the mining sector of our country. And indeed, as I said when I inaugurated the committee, we couldn't have assembled a better team than we did, given the expertise the five of you bring to the table, expertise of diverse areas and enormous experience in your respective fields of endeavors. So once again, we are very grateful. And let me say that government is going to take the recommendations and findings of this report very seriously, and we're going to pursue them to the letter. Of course, we'll have to study the report and come up with our own conclusions or views about the contents of the report, but I have no doubt that if not all, most of the findings and recommendations which have been made by this committee will be taken on board and implemented, because after all, what we are looking for is to build here in Ghana a mining industry which is fit for purpose, which is serving the people, which is contributing to the national economy, and which is safe, so that we don't have a recurrence of what took place at Apieti. That's exactly what we are trying to forestall. And also all the other aspects of health and safety in the mining industry should be one that is of international best standards, and that's exactly what we're trying to do. In conclusion, Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, let me use this opportunity to reiterate the commitment of President Akufo-Addo and his government to be utterly transparent in the management of the lands and natural resources of our country. And we do this in the context of the best standards that anybody can refer to, and also with enormous integrity. And since this incident, unfortunate incident occurred, all we have done from beginning to now has been anchored on extraordinary integrity and transparency. We do this in service of the people in our country. And so this report and all other reports have been worked on objectively, dispassionately, and by men and women of considerable integrity. And we also, those of us who've been given the privilege to serve in government, will approach the workings of these committees and their outcomes with extraordinary transparency and integrity. As I said when I appeared before Parliament, we have absolutely nothing to hide. Everything is above board. We are discharging our duties with fidelity and loyalty to our oaths, and that's exactly what we're doing. But thank you very much, Professor. Thank you, Madam. Sir, thank you. Madam, thank you. Yes, sir. Thank you so very much. We're extremely grateful. And on that note, I duly received the report of this distinguished Health and Safety Committee. Thank you very much. Thank you.
There are certain gestures and morals that if one turns a blind eye on, you will be perceived as uncouth or probably rude. This include greeting, responding to the greeting, and one very important thing, thank you. While we are still in the Heritage Month, my colleague Wilson Emmanuel has compiled how to say thank you in diverse Ghanaian languages and has come through with the following report.
Thank you. Simple thank you or medase can go a long way to tell your personality, where you come from, or probably who you are. Ghanaians believe that when somebody gives you something or does something for you and you do not say thank you, it means that you do not appreciate what the person did for you. As part of the Ghana Month celebration, we are here to ask people how to say thank you in their native language, so that when you meet someone and they do not say medase or something you are not acquainted with, you will know that they still mean the same thing. Join me as I take you on this ride. What's your name?
I'm Henry.
Henry, where are you from?
I'm from Tekrade in the Western region.
Okay, so how do you say thank you in your language?
Medase.
No, fancy, that's how you say it.
Yeah.
Okay, and thank you very much.
Medawasi Bebre.
Okay, it's just like chi.
It's like
okay, thank you.
My name is Togbivi Katekuda for Avelia.
Okay, so that means, let me guess, you're an Ewe, right?
Sure.
How do you say thank you in your native language?
Akbe now.
And thank you very much.
Akbe kaka kaka.
Ajara. Nande Siwo.
Ephraim Getty. Mifri Boko. Nangodi.
I come from Upper East region. There's a town called Riaga. If you want to say thank you in my language, you say Magnifigium Yeri Yega. That is Magnifigium Yeri Yega.
Where do you come from?
I'm half Ghanaian, half Nigerian. Eshi. It's the same thing, Eshi.
Nkwanta in the Oti region to be precise.
How do you say thank you in your language?
Karang.
And thank you very much.
Karampang.
My name is Nafali. Oyiwaladon.
And thank you very much.
Oyiwaladon Jugba.
Where do you come from?
I come from Sashi. Yes.
How do you say thank you in your language?
Medase. So I'm sure Yabeka say medase. Nemo medase. Saneti.
Thank you very much.
Medase pa.
For a country with diverse cultures like Ghana, thank you can be said in a million ways. And so, akpe, oyoadon, medase, medase bebre, even in Pejule or meneonkwe, which translates as I give you life, that is how the Latarians say it, still means the same thing. My name is Emmanuel Jerome Rolls, and reporting for Adoa News, Accra.
That is how we say it in Fanti as well. Well, you're watching the evening news bulletin at 6 p.m. We'll go for a quick break and we'll bring you some parliamentary stories. Do stay with us.
Blue City is a manufacturer supply of high quality fashion accessories. We design and make quality bow ties, flying ties, lapel pins, ladies brooches, fabric necklaces, African wares, and so much more for your weddings, schools, institutions, bands, choir, singing groups, individuals, and so many more. We use both African prints and foreign fabrics to make your beautiful accessories for you. Oh yeah! Contact us via call or WhatsApp or SMS on 0240-926-564. Locate us at Odoko Official Town opposite Emils Preparatory School. Check us out on social media, Facebook and Instagram at Blue City Fashion. Blue City, creativity and style.
Hi, welcome to Sonotech Lab. We work on a wide range of samples, blood, body fluids, and even samples like stool. We work with updated methods and sophisticated equipment just to bring you the most accurate results in the best time possible.
Welcome aboard the safest airline in Africa. With industry-leading safety measures to protect your well-being. The first in Africa to earn a diamond standard of safety. Offering a more contactless, safe, and seamless experience. delivered with a smile by Africa's first fully vaccinated crew. Creating special memories that bring the joy back to flying, so you can continue making memories with your loved ones. Book your flight with RwandAir today. RwandAir, the safest airline in Africa.
RwandAir, fly the dream of Africa.
Welcome back from the break. Now to some parliamentary stories. Minister for Environment, Science, Technology and Innovation, Dr. Kwekwe, has said that the establishment of recycling plants and economic models established by ministry has made recycling a viable venture in the country, which in the long run has helped in protecting the environment. Citing examples to back his claim, the minister, who was on the floor of Parliament to answer questions, indicated that in Fojochrome, for instance, people fight over waste to sell to recyclers. He also gave his word that tin cans are now a hot cake for waste collectors because they are viable economic commodities, especially in the recycling sector.
If you go to Fojochrome, for example, people fight over the waste so that they sell it to the recyclers. So that's not a big problem. Actually, a lot of recycling is going on. But the under 20 microns, that is why we are doing models, and we will help those private sector people to be able to pick it so that by retooling the economic model so that it makes economic sense, financial sense for them to pick up. But in the final analysis, if they do not pick it up, we will come with a system that will make it viable for public money to be invested in it so that the last dregs of plastics are collected. If you like, take my word for it, and go to the refuse dumps, you can hardly find them. Things are happening around us that we do not notice. The tin tomato cans, you can't find any place because they are hot commodity. Because of what is happening, and that the base metals are very expensive on the national market. When you throw away your milk tins, they collect them like, they collect them. So you can't find them even in the villages. You try it and see. So a lot of recycling is going on, even wood products. And that's what we mean by a circular economy. We are here to use policy and to use government funds to aid in that process, so that Ghana can be, we already are a country in West Africa where a circular economy has taken off, but Ghanaians are largely unaware of. Thank you.
Minority in Parliament has admonished the President of the Republic, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, to take urgent practical steps for the reopening of the land borders in the country in order to facilitate free flow of persons and goods across the country. Addressing the press in Parliament today, the Minority Leader, Honorable Haruna Idrisu, addressed 3 issues the minority wishes that the President will touch on. Other concerns raised by the minority includes the $50 PCR test at the airport for Ghanaians returning from abroad and the $150 for non-Ghanaians who are entering into Ghana, and expressed worry over the demolition of the Bulgarian embassy in Ghana.
Thank you for responding to our call on a rather short notice. This press briefing is intended to address 3 important issues. One, and the first, will be our call on President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the President of the Republic of Ghana, supported by his Minister for Health and Minister for Interior, to take urgent practical steps for the reopening of Ghana's land borders to allow for free flow of persons and goods across ECOWAS and the rest of the world. Post-COVID, we are not out of the woods yet, but we want to see a return to normalcy with the movement of goods and services through our borders. And therefore, whatever proactive measures government needs to take, there can be no justification for the continuous closure of Ghana's land borders. Therefore, as a minority, our primary concern this afternoon is to call on the President, as chair of ECOWAS, to do that which is needful to give meaning to the resolutions he so chaired for ECOWAS to pass. The second most important issue we like to address is the fleecing and rip-off of Ghanaians and international travelers into our country in the name of COVID charges at the Kotoka International Airport by Frontiers Health Services must be reviewed and reviewed in earnest by government. Nowhere in the world does anybody pay $150 for a COVID test. The Honorable Ablakwa returned from Romania. I was in Doha, Qatar, and the least you pay is $50 US. At most, probably highest elsewhere will be 100. So for non-Ghanaians to be compelled to continue to pay $150 US in the name of COVID tests, which COVID test arrangement procurement is questionable and raises questions of us using COVID as a money-making enterprise instead of a public health epidemic that needs our collective efforts to combat and to deal with. We do not think that continuously persons traveling to Ghana from abroad must be made to pay $150 US. We consider that a rip-off. We consider that prohibitively high, and even $50 for Ghanaian nationals is high at best. It should be free for Ghanaian citizens. What is it that we cannot do for our own citizens who want to return to Ghana to contribute to the social and economic development of our country? President Akufo-Addo is our key diplomat, and he has a duty to keep our relationship with our foreign friends and neighbors well. My understanding is they have gone to demolish the Bulgaria embassy in Ghana. This is unacceptable, and this can sever ties between Ghana and Bulgaria and its other foreign allies. We just don't want to believe that all this is happening under the watch of President Nana Addo Akufo-Addo. Former foreign minister, former attorney general, he can't respect the Vienna Convention on diplomacy. We are disappointed. God bless. Excellent.
Find more parliamentary stories on our website on adrenewsonline.com. To stay tuned, business follows shortly.
Blue City is a manufacturer and supplier of high-quality fashion accessories. We design and make quality bow ties, flying ties, lapel pins, ladies' brooches, fabric necklaces, African wares, and so much more for your weddings, schools, institutions, bands, choir, singing groups, individuals, and so many more. We use both African prints and foreign fabrics to make your beautiful accessories for you. Oh yeah! Contact us via call or WhatsApp or SMS on 0240 926 564. Locate us at Odoko Official Town opposite Emils Preparatory School. Check us out on social media, Facebook and Instagram at Blue City Fashion. Blue City, creativity and style.
From the break to the business segment, the Chamber of Petroleum Consumers Ghana has predicted that diesel may sell at over 10 Ghana cedis per litre, while petrol will cross 9 Ghana cedis from March 16, 2022. COPEC attributed its prediction on the rising cost of crude on the international market and the cedi, which is currently depreciating among major trading currencies. In a statement, it said the free on-board prices of petrol and diesel has increased between the first pricing window, 1st to 15th March 2022, and the second window, 16th to 31st March 2022.
The Petroleum Consumers Ghana (COPEC) has predicted that diesel may sell at over 10 Ghana cedis per litre, while petrol will cross the 9 Ghana cedi mark from March 16, 2022. COPEC attributed its prediction on the rising cost of crude on the international market and the cedi, which is currently depreciating among major trading currencies. In a statement cited by Adoa Business News, said, and I quote, "The petroleum price indicators, as published by the National Petroleum Authority, shows that the price of gasoline, that is diesel, will increase by 30.41% from 8 Ghana cedis 22 pesos per litre in this current window to 10 Ghana cedis 721 per litre beginning 16th March 2022, and the ex-pump prices of gas, oil, petrol would increase by 18.25% from 8 Ghana cedis 22 pesos per litre, and the ex-pump prices of gas, oil, which is petrol, would increase by 18.25% from 8 Ghana cedis 22 pesos per litre to 9 Ghana cedis 722 pesos per litre within the same period. COPEC also noted that the cedi has seen a sharp depreciation against the United States dollar by 9.71% from 6 Ghana cedis 83 pesos to 7 Ghana cedis 50 pesos to a dollar. In addition, COPEC has said the export prices of liquefied petroleum gas would also increase by 23% from 9 Ghana cedis 8 pesos per kilo in the current window, will sell at 12 Ghana cedis 0.4 per kilogram in the next pricing window beginning March 16, 2022. Meanwhile, the Institute of Energy Security is also forecasting a 9% and a 5% increase in the prices of diesel and petrol respectively by the end of March. The Institute of Energy Security is also predicting that liquefied petroleum gas and petrol could go up by 3% by the end of March 2022. According to the IES, the further increase in fuel prices is due to the sharp rise in fuel prices internationally and other sharp depreciation of the Ghanaian cedi.
Consumers who have the means of purchasing food produced in quantities have been advised to do so because there's going to be food shortage in the country in the coming months. According to the Peasant Farmers Association of Ghana, consumers should purchase food items like maize, rice, millet, among others, and store them because the prices are going to escalate. The head of programs and advocacy for Peasant Farmers Association of Ghana, Dr. Charles Nyaba, gave this advice. Dr. Nyaba said the increase in fuel prices has increased the cost of tractor services, while prices of other inputs have gone up, and Ghana should find a way to increase budget allocation to fertilizer subsidies. Things are hard now, but if they can afford, they should buy and stock. Set for Business Sports is coming up shortly.
Blue City is a manufacturer and supplier of high-quality fashion accessories. We design and make quality bow ties, flying ties, lapel pins, ladies' brooches, fabric necklaces, African wares, and so much more for your weddings, schools, institutions, bands, choir, singing groups, individuals, and so many more. We use both African prints and foreign fabrics to make your beautiful accessories for you. Oh yeah! Contact us via call or WhatsApp or SMS on 0240 926 564. Locate us at Odoko Official Town opposite Emil's Preparatory School. Check us out on social media, Facebook and Instagram at Blue City Fashion. Blue City, creativity and style.
Welcome aboard the safest airline in Africa. With industry-leading safety measures to protect your well-being. The first in Africa to earn a diamond standard of safety. Offering a more contactless, safe, and seamless experience. Delivered with a smile by Africa's first fully vaccinated crew. Creating special memories that bring the joy back to flying so you can continue making memories with your loved ones. Book your flight with RwandAir today. RwandAir, the safest airline in Africa.
RwandAir, fly the dream of Africa.
Hi, my name is Matthias Domlan, lead radiographer at Sonotech Medical Center. Together with my colleague radiographers, our role is to produce high-quality digital X-rays, CT scans, MRI scans, and the use of other imaging modalities to assist radiologists and other medical professionals to monitor, diagnose, and treat patient injury or illnesses.
Back now to sports. Ghana's female national under-20 team, otherwise known as Black Princesses, have returned from after Sunday's FIFA Women's Under-20 World Cup qualifier against Ethiopia in Addis Ababa. The team touched down in Accra Monday afternoon and immediately moved to the Ghanaman Center of Excellence at Pram Pram to continue preparation for the second leg tie scheduled for Accra in a fortnight. Coach Ben Foucault believes his team will go into the return fixture with all the seriousness it deserves. Ghana will go into the return fixture with a 3-0 advantage, as a point will see the team book a ticket to a 6th consecutive FIFA Under-20 World Cup. The FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup is slated for Costa Rica in August 2022. Is one of the heavyweights when it comes to African football. Championships will not be complete or justified without mentioning Ghana. It's a country which won 4 African Cup of Nations. Ghana's senior national team, the Black Stars, can boast of 4 African Cup of Nations trophies, having won the prestigious tournament in 1964, 1966, 1978, and 82. Since then, the national team has not been able to win any competition. Today, we'll look at some of the achievements of our national teams and clubs in African football.
The Black Starlets and the Black Satellites have won major trophies at the international level. Other junior teams, the Black Meteors, as well as the Women's Wings, Black Queens, Black Maidens, and Black Princesses have in the past equally excelled in their various participation of the game at various tournaments at the global level. It is instructive to state that these national teams continue with their sacrifices and efforts to win trophies for the nation. The Black Meteors, who represented the country during the Olympic Games, the All-African Games, and the CAF Under-23 Championships, are also respected on the African continent. They became the first African team to win football medals, a bronze, at the Olympic Games held in Barcelona in 1992. Although they failed to qualify to Beijing 2008 Olympics, they won the 2011 All-African Games in Mozambique with former Black Stars coach Kwesi Appiah in charge. The Black Satellites is one of the biggest juvenile teams on the continent. They made history by being the only African side to win the FIFA Under-20 World Cup under the captaincy of Dede Ayew, now the captain of the senior national team. Member of the victorious team, Dominic Edia, also made history, emerging top scorer of that tournament. Ransford Osei, Rabiu Mohammed, and others carried the flag of Ghana high in that same year by winning the CAF Under-20 African tournament. They are 3 times African champions in 1993, 1999, and 2009, and participated in 6 of the past 19 FIFA Under-20 World Cup events, starting with Australia 1993, where they lost 2-1 in the finals against Brazil in Sydney. The country's youngest male team, the Black Starlets, have also made history at the global level. They are 2 times FIFA Under-17 World Champions, having lifted the trophy in 1991 and 1995, as well as runners-up in 1993 and 1997. Although their last participation in the World Cup was in 2007, they hold the record as the first African country to have won the World Cup in 1991, with the likes of Niodate Lamte, Yaprekon, Mohamed Gago, among others. In the case of the Black Stars, efforts to recapture Ghana's enviable position in continental football nations have since 1982 been disappointingly thwarted by a series of near misses in penalty shootouts at the final encounters. The female under-20 team, Black Princesses, are priceless on the African continent. They have been to the FIFA Under-20 World Cup a couple of times, with their debut in 2010 in Germany, and have also made it to the African Women Under-20 Championship 5 times, in which they have won it 3 times in a row from 2010 to 2014. Similarly, Black Maidens is regarded the most successful youth team in Africa, as the only female team in Africa to qualify to all FIFA Under-17 World Cups so far. However, they have never made it to the finals. Their best have been reaching the semi-finals of the competition in 2012 in Azerbaijan, where they managed to place 3rd. They have also won the African Championship 5 times. The club-level participation in Africa, however, had witnessed some success, with Accra Hearts of Oak and their arch-rivals Kumasi Asante Kotoko chalking some tremendous success at the CAF Champions League and African Confederations Championship. Two of Ghana's brightest and biggest clubs, Kumasi Asante Kotoko and Accra Hearts of Oak, have won the CAF Champions League, which started in 1964 and has been won 3 times. Kumasi Asante Kotoko picked it in 1970 and 1983, and Accra Hearts of Oak in 2000, and has since won Hearts of Oak the name Continental Club Champions. In 2005, Hearts of Oak and Asante Kotoko made history by being the first clubs from the same country to play in the CAF Confederations Cup final in Ghana, which you all saw Hearts of Oak being crowned champions in the competition after both legs. The 21st century looked more promising for Ghana football in the international arena following the Black Stars' appearance at the World Cup. Ghana is yet to recapture her lost glory despite successes at the World Cup. At the CAF level, we have come close to lifting the cap on 2 occasions in recent times, against Egypt in 2010 and against Cote d'Ivoire in 2015.
Of course, if we'll have to go back to the glory days indeed, those who are able to witness the various World Cups and the African Cups would testify. We miss the old guys. We want them back. But the love we have given to the Ghana Premier League, we hope that that same love will be given to our national team as well. Well, there's World Cup ahead of us. We are yet to have our Nigerian match for the qualifiers. We hope Ghana raises its flag very high. But kudos to those who started this, and we have gotten here. Well, this is where time will permit us with the evening news bulletin at 6 p.m. Before we take leave of you, let's give you an update of the top stories. The National Association of Graduate Teachers is outraged over the fact that the government says it will deduct 10% of their monthly salaries to fit their rent because they reside in government bungalows. And staff of the Electricity Company of Ghana said they don't want a contract extension of their MD. Also, we looked at how to say thank you in various Ghanaian languages. And in business, according to COPEC, fuel may sell at 10 cedis by the end of this month. We threw light on the national teams and World Cup qualifiers and their glory days. And that's it for tonight. Thanks for watching. Thanks to our sponsors. We stream live on Facebook, Adoa TV Ghana. My name is Anastasia Baddoo. Do have a good evening. We'll see you tomorrow.